PNC News First is presented by the Bank of Guam, the People's Bank. Pizza Hut, we're taking pizza where it's never been before. Taco Bell, the only place where you live Moss. And by Guam Auto Spot. From the Pacific News Center in Hagåtña, Guam, broadcasting in Guam and Saipan, here's Clint Rogel and Janella Guerrero with Roselle Romanes and Tim Blas McHenry. PNC Sports with Blake Watson and weather with Chelsea Cruz. This is PNC's News First.
Hafa day, and thanks for tuning in to PNC's News First. We're broadcasting live in Guam and in Saipan. I'm Tim Blas McHenry.
And I'm Clint Rogel. Thanks for tuning in. Topping your news first tonight, residents of Barrigada and Deredo woke up to sounds of a high-speed chase and some gunshots this morning. U.S. Marshals with the Fugitive Task Force were involved in the apprehension of a suspect, later identified as 31-year-old Kenneth J. Regis, wanted on an arrest warrant. U.S. Marshal Frank Leon Guerrero tells PNC that the suspect was wanted by local officials, but one of his deputy marshals spotted him this morning along the Route 1 and Route 8 intersections. The Fugitive Task Force gave chase, but the suspect, driving a pickup truck, continued to elude police officers. Leon Guerrero says U.S. Marshals cornered him into the Barrigada Heights area, and while there, quote, something happened that was perceived as a threat, one of the U.S. Marshals fired at the pickup truck because he felt threatened, end quote. Leon Guerrero says that the round struck a tire, but the suspect continued to flee. He made his way to the Harmon Loop Road area, then into Salisbury Street in Deredo on a blown-out tire before spinning out and crashing the truck into a parked car in front of a residence. Leon Guerrero notes that 3 vehicles sustained damages during the pursuit: a U.S. Marshal's vehicle, the parked car, and another vehicle along Harmon Loop Road that was forced off of the roadway. Leon Guerrero says Regis was relinquished over to the Superior Court of Guam.
The man behind the Nimitz Hill home invasion case is getting 10 years shaved off his prison sentence. Today, Raymond Ted Tautau was sentenced for the 3rd time in this case after he won on appeal. Here's more.
For the 3rd time since his arrest for his role in a home invasion case, Raymond Ted Tautau was in court to determine his sentence. Prosecutor Sean Brown argued for a max sentence for Ted Tautau.
The future criminals who are debating what are they going to do, if they need money, are they going to break into somebody's house, take their property? Well, if we have a 45-year sentence in this case, they're going to think twice about it. They're going to say it's not worth it. Maybe I'll go look for a job, maybe I'll seek public assistance. But they're going to think twice, and they're going to say it's not worth it.
Prosecutor Brown says a max sentence for Ted Tautau would send a message to the people of Guam, showing them that residents in their house are still protected. Meanwhile, Ted Tautau himself spoke and asked the judge for leniency.
My good behavior, being since I got sentenced, I never got in trouble. Never got victim from public corrections from asking.
The debate was either to run Ted Tautau's sentence consecutively or concurrently. If the judge chose to run the sentences consecutively, he would be sentenced to 45 years in prison, the maximum amount. If, however, she chooses to run them concurrently, he would only serve 25 years. At one point, the victim of the home invasion case, Rebecca Piper, spoke via telephone. Piper made a plea to the courtroom to give Ted Tautau the max sentence. She says it would take her the rest of her life to get better, while Ted Tautau will likely only have to serve 45 years in jail. Piper is partially paralyzed. Ultimately, Judge Maria Senzon said that a lesser sentence would depreciate the seriousness of Ted Tautau's crime.
The court hereby sentences you to the maximum under the statute of 10 years of imprisonment. The sentences are to run consecutively with credit for time already served.
All in all, Ted Tautau was sentenced to 25 years for first-degree robbery as a first-degree felony, 10 years for aggravated assault as a second-degree felony, and 10 years for burglary as a second-degree felony. These sentences will run consecutively.
Another convict has had his sentence commuted and has been sent back to Chuk. According to the governor's office, Reed Albert was a convicted molester, burglar, and drunk driver who they say was not showing signs of rehabilitation while in prison. The governor commuted or lessened his sentence on the condition that he not be allowed to return to Guam. According to the governor's office, the Federated States of Micronesia's Consul General's office on Guam worked with the governor's office on Albert's removal. They also established a do not enter list with Guam Customs and the Guam Airport Police with the photo and stats of the people who have been removed from Guam. Adelup says the governor met with U.S. Customs and Border Protection Director Brian Humphrey in San Francisco, and according to Adelup, U.S. Customs has agreed to, quote, assist Guam in placing those removed on a watch list and not allowing them entry into Guam, end quote.
All right, well, stay with us. PNC's News First will be back after this break.